Hello, my name is Stell, and I am the 8th grade social studies teacher here at Mid Lakes, and welcome to our virtual curriculum night meeting. So let's get started. So just to give you a basic outline of what we're going to talk about this in video, so you can know when to listen or when you want to say, okay, I don't need to know this, and give you a chance to move on to another video. I just want to let you know that we're going to start off with a brief introduction, talk about my education and teaching experience. What will be covered in class, how do you know as a parent about assignments and classroom activities? What are some basic expectations and classroom policies? And finally, the last part, I'll give you a kind of little insight into or direction into remote learning help for parents if you haven't already learned that. So basically, my goal here is give you the things that most people want to know about me and know about a history class for their 8th graders. So basic stuff, education, I received a bachelor's degree from SUNY Oswego, and then I got my master's degree at Western Governors University in curriculum and instruction. I've been teaching for 7 years now. This will be my 5th year teaching 8th grade U.S. history at Mid Lakes, and I've loved every minute of it. It's been a great time, and I truly enjoy my profession. A lot of people want to know what we cover or talk about this year. And of course, this year is going to be a lot different, as is already shown by this video. We traditionally cover major events in U.S. history from 1850 to 2020. These include all these events here: Western expansion, the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, big business, growth of cities in the Progressive Era. We cover the World Wars. We cover Roaring '20s, Great Depression, Cold War, and Civil Rights movements. With that being said, being that this is a different year for everyone, the pace and everything of our class may change. So we may get to some of these. We may not cover everything that we traditionally would. So our big focus here in my class are really on skills. All right, we use content to help teach the skills to your student. So some skills that we work on in class are writing skills, which basically means developing and supporting claims with evidence. This is an overlap with ELA, where you're beginning circ paragraphs and things like that. We do a lot with historical document analysis. We look at written documents, political cartoons, graphs, maps, and other things like that, and really focus on the student extracting information from historical documents and learning how to do that to better prepare them for the new global regions, and also just to give them a more active education opposed to me just telling them through PowerPoints. This third point is becoming a highlight this year, just due to our situation with effective use of technology, specifically looking at collaboration using Microsoft 365, and how do we use technology as a education tool or as a professional. A lot of kids know how to use technology for social purposes. We try to teach them how to use them for academic and professional purposes. There's also a strong focus on skills to be active U.S. citizens. So we talk about active community involvement. We talk about your rights as a citizen. We talk about the amendments and things like that. So that is always in the background of our classes throughout the year. And effective communication skills. So we work on how to have debates and academic discussions and how to present your ideas in a clear fashion. So these are all things that we tend to focus on. I'm definitely more on a skill-based teacher, using the content to teach these skills. So a lot of people ask, like, well, do you cover this event or that event? When it comes to curriculum, we try to, we stick to the standards that are laid out in the New York State framework, and we use those out as an outline to help students develop these skills. So at this point, that is your basic stuff, and I'm just going to show you some things now that have to go along with Schoology and what most people want to know in terms of how do I know what my students completed, where do I know if something my student's out for the day, or is unable to attend a Zoom meeting, things of that nature. So this is Schoology. Now, at this point, your student has come in contact with this at some point in their career, especially after last year, but this is our online classroom. This is where students come to receive information, to receive assignments, and receive information about the class. Most important things, down the right-hand side, there tends to be things that are due, and the updates here. So when students log into Schoology, coming to the updates page, this is the most informative. Every day I try to put the agenda up here about what we talked about in class, give homework reminders, and things of that nature. So if you ever miss a class, you can come in and look at those to see what your student missed. The calendar is very helpful, and we go over this a lot, but here's all these ways to find what your student is missing or has completed. Also with Schoology, it's also a nice thing to have your student go into the assignments and you can see if they submitted a video, and that's something else I'll show you again later. In terms of the materials, traditionally you would come to open house and get a big packet or get a couple flyers or something like that. Obviously this year we can't do that. So what I did is I tried to put the most helpful and relevant course materials as the blue folder. So in here, this is helpful for both students and for you. You have links to Zoom meetings. You have a link here to show you how to submit an assignment. That was a big question a lot of students and parents had in the spring, so I wanted to bring that in here. I also have the remote learning expectations that were sent home, and these are your basic expectations that I uphold our students to within our classroom when we're on Zoom, when we're on Schoology, and when you're at home. So if you need to print these out, you can always come here, you download them, and they will download as a PDF to your personal device. So if you want to know about expectations, these are your general expectations. To know a little bit more about me and my class, along with this video, I also have a visual syllabus. And this is something you can print off, you can download and have on your own device. But it's just the basic stuff that most parents want to know when it comes to my class. So here are course goals. I'm talking about things that I find important and that we talk about in class. Here are the basic expectations, late work policy, late reading through that, contact information when I'm available, office hours. Students can come in from Wednesday from 11 to 12 virtually through a Zoom meeting, and that link is found in the course materials as well. I'm also holding 9th period Zoom meetings on Wednesdays and Thursdays, just like they would normally if they were in the middle school. You can email me, call me if you need to get a hold of me, and I try to get back within a reasonable time, 24 hours, Monday through Friday. If you send something over the weekend, I will try my best to get back to it on Monday. With that being said, much like you, I am at home with the family, so I tend to shut my computer off around 7 o'clock. So if you send me an email after that, I will get it back to it or respond to it the next day. So I just like to tell people that, so in case they don't hear right back from me. And this is your grading policy: 60% test, essays, and projects, 40% classwork, homework, classroom participation, things like that. So you can look over this at your own leisure, and if you have anything, feel free to contact me by email or by Schoology message if you have parent access. Speaking of parent access to Schoology, some people have already started to ask me about this, and the Mid-Lakes website is very helpful with this. So if you go to the Mid-Lakes website at midlakes.org, and you go to the parents drop-down menu, you have a long list of things here to help you out, including instant access to Schoology or School Tool. That's our grade book here in the 8th grade. But the remote learning help has a lot of different links and information that during this time of digital learning and distance learning, if you have any issues, please contact tech support. But this is also a really nice place of getting access to Schoology as a parent. If you have more than one student in the district and you want to keep a tab and be able keep a tab on your students and be able to message me, besides using your student's account, you have access to Schoology as a parent, and you can see all the classroom materials. You can get notifications on your phone as a parent about when updates or class assignments are posted, so you can continue to have those open discussions with your student. So if you follow through these links, you can get there and you'll be put in contact with the appropriate people. So at that point, this is pretty much our class. All right. If you have any specific questions, feel free to contact me either by email or calling me or message me on Schoology. And I look forward to a great year with your students and getting to know them. I think that this is a hard year and a different year for everyone, and I'm very cognizant of that, and I just want to let you know that I'm here for any support or any help that you may need. Thank you very much, and have a great night.